Welcome back into the AM show. Our next guest is proof that strength and style can go hand in hand. So after battling cancer and endometriosis, she turned her healing journey into a mission to help others love the skin that they are in. She is the creative mind behind a brand that blends art, empowerment, and even chocolate, which Z loves, with her signature 3D fashion designs and her couture-inspired candy bars, making waves everywhere from the Essence Festival to celebrity closets. She is a designer, an entrepreneur, and soon-to-be author as well. So without further ado, everyone, please welcome Sheila Gray.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I'm doing good.
We are so excited to have you here. And Z and I both said at the top, we're this fit that you have going on. Fantastic. We love it.
Thank you.
Is this a Sheila Gray design?
This is, I'm actually also, I did design with Byron Lars.
Yes.
And we co-founded a company called In Earnest. So this is In Earnest, and this is Sheila Gray Design.
Oh, there we go.
You know, you got to mix and collaborate and,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the layering. You're right. Perfect for fall with the layering. We just absolutely love it. And we want to get into all of that history, everything you've done that led you to your own specific collection. But first, I just want to kickstart this conversation, just kind of taking it back to the beginning.
Okay.
So have you always just kind of been into fashion, into design? When you were younger, were you drawing different ideas, or where did your passion spark?
Yeah, you know what? I'm a faith girl, so I just say God blessed me at a real young age. Like when I was younger, I think it was started like 11 or 12. I could see all my friends, and I was doing stuff, and they were doing stuff, and I was like, God, now what am I supposed to do? And one day I just started like looking at stuff and drawing it. And I was like, and then my aunt was like, who did this? And I'm like, I did it. And so everything from painting to sketching to drawing. And then, which is so funny that I'm doing the candy bars now, because the whole paper doll thing I was doing on my own. Like, I was finding stuff. I was dressing my Barbie. I was like, if it was something to do with fashion or creating, I was doing it.
Wow. And it all started with that one question to God, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, here you go. Here's
like,
some Barbies.
Let me give you some stuff to do.
Wow.
That is incredible.
Beautiful.
That is incredible. So a lot of times, you know, as a creator, I like to think if you're a musician, there's a fan of a particular artist that kind of brings you into the medium of making music. Did you have any inspirations? Were there anybody in your life we were like, oh, they dress really well, and I'm starting to pull from that? Did you have any inspirations of that early on?
Well, you know, like, I came from a little small town, so I kind of always felt like they used to be like, okay, you're a little different. You're a little different. But you know what? You still, and being that, like I said, it was faith-based. You know, church is when you dressed up. Yeah. Church is when I would see, you know, people would go all out.
Yeah.
So that would interest me, and I would find like different ways to do that. And then my cousins even would bring, like, you remember the whole 80s phase when it was like, we're gonna draw on our jeans and stuff. I literally had people's clothes, piles of people's clothes. Like, they were like, can you just draw on my jeans? Can you draw on my jacket? Can you? And so I literally would be up at night, like, doing artwork on people's clothing and going to school.
Wow.
So they knew you were the go-to.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like I would do it I was just doing it. Like, I was that type of person, like, you're my friend, so okay, you're my cousin. Give it here. I'll do yours. I didn't know my cousins were going to go like, yeah, my cousin did this, so she can do yours. And I'm like, okay.
She can do yours. I guess I can.
Right? So they were just giving my services out. Like, okay, you can just take it. And then, but my heart has always been like that. If it makes you happy, then it makes me happy.
Oh, wow. That is such a ministry.
Yeah. Oh, you're so right.
Yeah.
And fashion it makes people feel a certain way. It evokes a certain type of emotion depending on what you're wearing, right?
I feel like, and I've always loved fashion, but it's always been more about fashion than me. It's like you said, it's a marketplace ministry for me. It was able to make people feel, when you feel good with what you're in, your confidence changes. Your whole self-esteem changes. And I would see that. And I would see how, like, it would make people feel good about themselves, or maybe somebody was going through something and you give them something and it changes their whole day or their whole personality. That was what overpowered everything for me. And I knew this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah, because it invokes an emotion.
Yeah.
More than just like, oh, this is a piece of fabric here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you're so right. When I step into a look where I'm like, whoa, you start to feel it. I'm like, okay, nothing can stop me now.
Right?
Absolutely nothing can stop.
And
me.
and it's everything from your walk to your stance, the way you sit in it, or the way like if you've ever seen somebody and I can literally look at people and tell like, okay, they woke up, they're not feeling what they have on today. You start seeing that tug and that pull.
Yeah.
No. But when they're confident, it's like, yeah, I got this.
Right.
So you start moving, you start like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So and I would see that. And hearing stories, because like when I doing my collection, hearing stories from people that saved up for something to get something as their cancer celebration. Or like I wore this to my 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
Or I wore this to my birthday celebration and I turned to 16 or 60, or, it's just, we forget and that it's the moments in life that make the difference, that make life really livable. So if you can help with something like that, that's major.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a keepsake. It's a memory.
Yeah.
A memory in art and clothing. Yeah.
And so I really just, sometimes it helps when other people are telling you, because you're like, okay, people look at the glamour part. You do lug and lift now. It's not all glamour. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. But it's just, having so many people that has changed what they're doing or how they're doing it. It's about that help ministry to me.
Yeah.
It's not just about the glamour of it, but it's about, who can I reach out to? Who can I help? And I'm able to do it like this.
Important.
I love that. And you mentioned helping people. It brought me back to a memory when you help people, and also what you mentioned about invoking feeling. I remember before the first day of school, I would go school shopping with my mom, lay the outfit out. I'm excited. I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill him with this one. And I just remember the feeling. So how do you even in your work now, when you're working with a client, how do you look at them and how do you take into account how they are, their personality? And almost, I think what we're after is maybe pulling from that feeling. How do you generate that feeling and assign them an outfit or a style that brings them that feeling?
I always said that was just a gift he gave me. Like literally, now that I've seen you two, I could literally go out and say, no, he needs this, he needs this, he needs that. And it got to the point where I would have people call me and say, look, I have this event. Just send me something. Because you start learning, like we're talking. So now I see like, okay, you got this blue dress on today, but I see like, okay, she loves her legs, so mini length is like a good length for her. And like your colors, you also be really good in certain kinds of pinks and reds. Beautiful on you. Wow. You, like, I love the plaid thing, but you also be good like in a solid brown or a solid blue, like a more of electric blue, and like some cool shoes and like metallic sneakers and like the whole jean. See, I got you.
Oh,
You're hired. Come on.
I'm in. Sheila, I'll be contacting you, Sheila.
But that's the thing. You learn, and I tell everybody. It was so funny. Me and Valerie were just talking about this, but I said I love social. I think it's great. But you learn when you communicate and when you talk, and that's what my things try to invoke.
Yeah.
Design should invoke a spark so you connect. And when you connect, you're like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
This
was to highlight your personality too.
But you have to know that personality to highlight.
I see it. You need all of it to make it happen.
Need all of it.
I love that. I want to see the electric blue.
I'm in.
That's gonna look good.
It would look good.
I love it. So I just want to kind of go from, okay, so when you were younger, you're designing for your Barbies, you're drawing on jeans for your friends and for your cousins, and then you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. Let me go to FIT, which is the top fashion university pretty much in the world, FIT, Fashion Institute, based right here in New York. What was your experience like there? Because you graduated magna cum laude. Clearly you were very passionate and driven at the time when you were at the university. So how was that experience for you?
I loved FIT because it took you, sometimes we devalue the fact that people always come to me and say, what would you tell the next person? Learn all you can. Because a lot of times we've gotten into this society where we're like, okay, we want to do this and I want to do it tomorrow. But it taught me lessons about structure and detail and all the tools that I would need going out there, even learning firsthand and working firsthand, I still needed the tools to do it. So I loved it. I'm not going to say that it wasn't, because you have long hours, you have regular classes, and your sewing classes. People have pictures of me with a needle and I was asleep. I don't know how I was sewing asleep, but I was asleep sewing. So you have long hours, you have courses where they tell you from the get-go coming in like, not everybody in here is going to make it. But, passion. I had a passion for it. And so I was very blessed. Like, I remember some people like, I didn't get in. And I was like, oh no, because you have to wait for that acceptance letter. They don't take everybody. Like, you have to do a package, you have to do a portfolio, you have to do all of that to get into these schools. So when you get in, make the most out of it. And that's what I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I was working in the fashion lab. I was learning everything I could learn.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, when you're passionate, you're driven.
Yeah.
You have results.
Yeah.
So I love that.
And then, you speak about FIT. I think a lot of the things you're mentioning, it's about having a foundation, just this firm foundation to be able to base to build your passion on top of. I guess how important, because I'm sure there are people out there who they might be in two different realms. There might be people who are like, I think I'm good enough where I am. I don't need to, move forward with an education. And then there might be other people who are like, I think I do need this education to, sit and lay on. I find the same thing that happens with actors. They're like, I think I'm fine. I don't need, necessarily classes or go to acting school. What would you say, how would you speak into, I guess, not only the opportunity that you had to go to FIT, but how has that influenced your designs? And then how would you also speak into someone who might not be in schooling and is also interested in fashion and styling?
I mean, I think it's twofold. I think the best way to start it off is, you have a surgery tomorrow. Do you want the one that learned from on their own, or do you want the one that got the information, tools, and skills to operate on you?
Wow.
Same thing in fashion or in any industry you're in. Even in acting, what you're doing now, yes, learn the skills, go on YouTube, get all you can out there, but still you need the basic tools to still advance and increase.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what people don't realize is, even though we want to act and do fashion and do all these things, it's still a business. So if I know one end and don't know the other end, you hit some pitfalls. And before I actually went to school and learned certain things, I hit some pitfalls.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all through the learning process that you're able to grow.
Yeah. So if I devalue the learning process, then how do I expand? How do I grow? It's like you stay stagnant, because you can get there, but is it going to keep you there?
Wow.
And that's the thing. I want to get there, but I want to stay there.
Yeah.
So in order to do that,
That's great.
it's valuable. Both are valuable.
Yeah.
So good.
You want to be like a sponge. You want to soak up all the knowledge you can. And so you did that at FIT, and then after you went on to work with some incredible talent in the industry. I mean, with Tracy Reese, and you mentioned earlier with Byron Lars as well. So what were those experiences like? Because you not only just worked maybe under them or for them, but you also co-designed for the Ernest line, which you're talking about right now with your jacket. So tell us about kind of, learning the fundamentals of what you needed to learn, actually stepping out into the real world, taking what you learned from FIT and your own experiences, and then putting it into those jobs. How was that for you?
It was an experience.
Yeah, tell us about it. We want to hear it.
Okay, so it started like after I graduated, and we don't use that word because now everybody's like I'm not CEO tomorrow. No, we don't make CEO tomorrow. But what it did was, when I had the passion. So with that passion, I went out and I got an internship with Tracy Reese. And most people like, you're just seeing or looking. I was there till 2 and 3 in the morning.
Wow.
I was like, if you need my help with this show, let's do it. And I remember one person saying to me, like, why are you still here? Like, the interns left at 5 o'clock. But I knew there's value in me learning everything. This is a business. And that's, again, everything is a business, so you need to learn. Sometimes going from the ground up, you learn more so you don't hit so many pitfalls when you get up. And it was great because I was in the sewing room. I was with the tech people. Everybody was teaching me a little something more and more and more.
Yeah.
So when it came along and that's even how I met Byron. I was helping out, and he was like, I noticed, like, you're supposed to be an intern, but you're in here cutting chiffon, and you know how to do it, and you're doing this and doing that, and I see you staying late. Like, who are you? And at the time, I didn't even know who he was. I was just like, okay, I'm doing my work, and we met. It was like, old school songs, your family, and I was singing a song, and he was like, no, you're too young to know that. And I was like, aunts and uncles, like, I know all of this. And we began talking. And right after Tracy's show, when the intern left with her, somebody called me, and I was like, who are you again? And he was like, this is Byron, and can you come help me out for a little while? And come helping him out, just starting out again at sourcing fabric, doing little things. Turned into, years later, us being business partners in a company.
Wow. You are proof that hard work pays off.
Yeah.
Just hard. That is, it's something that I think a lot of people need to see and need to hear, and to see how you've been able to accomplish that. Because you're right, most people think, okay, when am I going to run things? But they don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
No, you got to put the work in to do it.
And when you do that, it can be heartbreaking, because I've heard stories come along where people can take advantage of you. I've seen a process. So certain things, I thank God for that, but you got to learn 2 words: wisdom and discernment.
Come on.
Learn those 2 words, because they're invaluable.
Yeah.
If you've been through the process and somebody comes along and says, no, Nadine, Courtney, tomorrow you're going to be a superstar. And this is what, you come here, you give me $10,000 and da-da-da-da. You're like, I've been through the process. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
And it was good because I could help other people, even like a lot of young models that even come here. Certain things they would come to me with, and I was like, if somebody tells you this, that's not correct.
Right.
Don't fall for that.
Yeah.
But you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
So I can't even say enough. And Tracy and Byron are 2 wonderful people to work with. It was like, somebody taking you under their wings and helping you with the things you don't know. And sometimes it would just be masterful to see, like, okay, y'all have been through a process too. So, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching me this, or thank you for helping me learn this. And what can I do? We forget those words, like, no, you might not get paid for everything, but what can I do?
Right.
The lesson, when people ask me that question, what would you tell them? What would you tell the next generation? Become invaluable. Because when you're invaluable, I'm not getting rid of you so easily.
Right. Right.
So that was my main goal. Like, okay, I need to become invaluable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do I do that? I learn everything I can.
Yeah.
I love it. You are an inspiration.
I'm telling
Yes,
you.
preach it more.
I'm invaluable.
Yeah.
Yeah, become invaluable.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because in a company, when we started in earnest, you need so many things. I had never done, I not only ended up doing design, but I ended up doing PR and, doing things with videos and social media, public relations. I started working with, I was very blessed, thank you, Lord, for working with celebrities and, being able to dress them and coordinating with people. But more than anything, I tell people, like, it gave me relationships. And I think we look at people as these stars and these this and these that, but no, they're people. So it gave me relationships. And like I said, blessed to be a blessing. It allowed me to help some people and bless some people too, because the industry needs a lot of things. And so I was like, okay, if I can help you, come on, let's stay and work, and we'll get you styled up.
Yeah, that is invaluable.
That's
Yep.
amazing. And along the lines, you know, you've worked with so many people, Tashina Arnold, Carrie Underwood, you've styled for these people. I'm curious, what does this process look like? So they walk into the door, or that you get in contact with them. Can you walk us through a process from beginning to end about after you might be in contact with them or someone from their team all the way down to the look?
So I love to say it's one set way. The logistical way is this. Most of the time, their PR person will call you or connect with you, and they'll say, look, I have a stylist. I want to connect with you, and would you be willing to dress my client? And then the stylist connects with you, and they come by and they pick the clothes, and, you know, or you, with me, I always had ideas like, you should try this, maybe this, maybe this. But, and they were cool with it, you know, because like I said, it was relationship building.
Right.
But a lot of times, sometimes it's different. I remember I had literally woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to get to Tasha Smith. She was doing like a rolling out cover and didn't have a stylist. So I was like, I will be your stylist. Okay, let's make this work. And I got her clothes, and she did a shoot, and she was like, okay, you are like ride or die, like for your company, like you're getting up this time in the morning to do this. And I was like, anything you need, you let me know. You know, so like I said, it's you going that extra mile, and these are all beautiful people. You know, it's not just about celebrity. And then one day I get a call, and she's like, can I connect you with Angela Bassett?
Ooh.
And I was like, you sure can. and then who is like such a sweetheart. And literally, like, that's what I said, these are just beautiful people. And sometimes we go past that, and it's such beautiful people. And she connected me with her, and it was like, we hit it off, and I'm like, she came to the studio, and, you know, and you're able to dress that person. So sometimes it may be through an agent. And a funny story is, so within Earnest, we dressed First Lady Michelle Obama, or former First Lady Michelle Obama. And so we did that through an agent, through me and her coordinator got really close. Like we were like friends. We were talking all the time. Never met, you know, in person.
Wow.
And so they had a thing a couple of years ago when the Obamas were in the White House, that they invited all the designers to the White House, and we were part of that. And so it was so funny because we're on a receiving line and we're getting ready to meet Michelle, and I was so excited to meet her in person. She was so excited to meet me in person because, again, it's relationship. We started hollering. Michelle, everybody's looking like, what is going on?
Yeah, your phone friend.
I was like, it's not me. Like, you know, and then I was like, ooh, sorry. I forgot.
oh, yeah, I'll meet the first lady too. But like you, I wanted to do.
So, I mean, but that, so it can be many different ways that you meet somebody. Anika Noni Rose, I actually met her through a friend, through a connection, and I styled once. But I always believe I want to treat people like I would want them to treat me. Yeah. So I like I said, I built relationship through friendship, and I've just been blessed that these people are people that, you know, I feel like that's my friend, that's my sister, that's my, you know, and so I was able to say, yeah, come on, like on the weekend, we can do this, we can,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's incredible. What a story. And the whole journey for how you got all the way to the White House.
Yeah.
And now you're going to keep exploding and going beyond. And I just have one more question for right now, because after we take a commercial break in just a little bit, we're going to show off your collection, learn more about the Sheila Gray designs that you have, your chocolate bars. But I wanted to first talk about, before you started that collection, you had a health battle, and you were going through some serious things, but it helped to shape your outlook on being a fashion designer, which led you to your own collection. So can you share that experience and what you learned through that process?
Yeah, it was a 2-part battle. I had, and actually this started even way before then. It started in school, and I didn't know what it was. Okay. But there's something called endometriosis, and it is where tissue can form and masses can form in your body. And for me, it was like the story in like I said, I'm a faith girl, the woman with the issue of blood. So like literally, it was like having a cycle that never stopped. And they used to say, like, how could you still be here? Like, your iron should be so low that you couldn't. And I remember one of my teachers, because I was so pale, she was like, just please go get something done. But I was like, I knew I had to, one, graduate. And I had like these set of scriptures that I nonstop every day. I was like, you got me. This is going to be okay. And it went through the first stage where when I first got diagnosed, they were like, no, you're actually in the first stage of cancer. And it's funny because like when you're in school, you don't have great medical insurance, which is something I really try to advocate for too. Like, take care of your health. We need every system we can because it's a luxury now to just take care of yourself. But it's important to take care of yourself. And when I went to them, they were like, no, you're in the first stage of cancer. And I, at the time, had to go through like a clinic-based thing. And unfortunately, they don't always give you all the information you need. So I had started not realizing taking chemo medicine. And they didn't really inform me of all the side effects or what it was. And so I went through this battle all while still working, all while still in the fashion industry, all doing shows, doing everything. Nothing stopped. The only time something stopped was by the time I got to a specialist, because when they don't know, a lot of times they'll send you doctor to doctor to doctor, and I had reached that point. It was like a 12-year battle. And by the time I reached that point, and I said, God, look, I need you to send me to the right doctor. Angel came along, and his name was Dr. Levy, and which is why I'm writing this book, because I want to encourage people, do not give up. If I can say anything, if you never remember anything else about me, do not give up, no matter what that situation is. God has got you. There are people around you. There are angels in people around you, and you never know. He met with me on a Sunday. Doctors don't even let you come in on a Sunday. He met with me on a Sunday because it had gotten so bad. And I'd had so many doctors that didn't know what it was. And when people don't know what things are, that's another reason why I say know your tools, because a lot of people pass me on. And I had one doctor that had given me so many biopsies that he was like, was she trying to kill you? Because literally, he couldn't touch me for a month just to get that healed. And then we found out that it was already in like 12 parts of my body.
Jeez.
Wow.
But I'm still here.
Come on.
I'm still here.
Come on.
And that's the miracle, and that's the blessing, and that's the thing that people forget. That's why I said, when I say, if I don't know anything else, I know God is a healer, because he orchestrated that through the right people, through getting the surgeries I needed, the things I needed done. He put the people and the help I needed at that time. And the thing is, I never stopped working.
Wow.
I never stopped working. Through the whole thing, I may be falling asleep on the train with people because of the medications and stuff, but I still was able, and not just working, he still allowed me to come in and help other people, because when I was going through it and didn't understand it, I remember working at the studio one day, and this young lady and her mother, and she was telling me like how these feelings and symptoms she was having. I was like, you need to go get checked out. And tell them this when you do go get checked out. And she came back to me like 3 months later and said, thank you. Because me and my mother both had the same thing, and none of the doctors caught it. But when you said it, that told them what to look for. We forget sometimes that sometimes it's not all about us, and that we're going through something to help the next person. So I had to, that's what actually led me to, because I was like, I'm not writing anything. Like, no, it's been a lot. It's been a long journey. But, sometimes we think like, I'll just keep that to myself. But sometimes it's not to keep to yourself.
Yeah, and that's why your book is called Grace Sewn In.
Yeah.
Actually, it's such a beautiful name, and it really encompasses your journey. Well, we're just so grateful that you were able to find the right doctor. He was able to get you the tools you needed, and that you are a fighter. You are battling, and we are so happy.
Thank you. And I am healed now, so this is a good thing.
Healed, yes, girl.
Yes,
girl. So when does the book come out, just so people know?
It comes out November 18th.
Okay.
It'll be on my website, and also like Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. And you can learn more about those journeys, the situations, the road up to there. But it's even more than that. I wrote the book because I wanted to, at this time, encourage people and let people have faith through your journey. Because a lot of times we look at, the memoirs are about our journey, but I wanted this to be twofold. I wanted to walk through this journey with you and to help you know who you were and the beauty in you.
Yeah.
So it's a twofold.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that is so
exciting.
And you mentioned it was a 12-year battle. If I'm not mistaken, the women with the issue of blood were suffering for 12 years.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
also at that same time, after Jesus healed the woman with the issue of blood, he went over to heal Jairus' daughter, who was 12 years old. Which was, so there's all these connections, and and then having Grace, the title of your book.
Grace
so many things. You are amazing. you have you are a living, a walking testimony, such an inspiration. So incredible.
Incredible stuff. Yeah.
I thank God.
Yeah. All praise be to God. That is so right. All right. Well, Sheila, we're not going to let you go just yet because we learned your history, everything that you've gone through, how talented you are, and now we're going to see it all, guys. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to see Sheila's amazing design. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back with a lot more.
Let's go.
Good morning. Welcome back into the AM show. We are still joined by the incredibly talented Sheila Gray. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
Thanks so much for sticking with us because now it's like show and tell. Yes.
Right? The most fun part.
Oh, it is the most fun part. We get to talk all about your incredible designs. And I want to first start by talking about the Sheila Gray Collection, which you have right here next to you.
Yes.
A lot of your t-shirts, your designs, and it's more than just, kind of just shirts with designs. It's empowerment. It is art. So I want to just kind of look at some of these designs you have and really get into the meaning behind them and why that was so important to you when you were starting your brand.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so, well, since this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, see, I don't forget, we'll start with maybe this one.
Okay.
But she's like, first of all, I did them during, of course, we all remember pandemic and what it was. But this was a form for me of art therapy.
Okay.
And I wanted to give other people that form of art therapy, that encouragement, that empowerment, and that I represent every woman's shade, every woman's skin tone, hair color, but not just that, but the beauty within. So I wanted to make them feel beautiful as well. So I started saying, okay, well, let's put this on here and let's dress her up. And because these are pieces you can wear. People think okay, it's a sweatshirt. What am I gonna? No, you can wear this t-shirt under a ball gown. You can wear a hoodie with a tuxedo pant. So I wanted to empower the woman, she's feeling beautiful, she's looking beautiful. So this was my little curly hair for all those who had curly hair like me.
I love it.
And I actually did her with a little shading because, a lot of times, like I said, I love social media, but we're not all perfect. We don't, and we're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
But we are perfect within. So even though her shading may be a little different, or she may have a little skin patches or things like that, she's still beautiful.
Yes.
So beautiful.
So I represented her with this one, and then I had I had to represent the artsy craftsy one. That's me. And so I did the artsy craftsy, casual woman who wears a little denim, but she's really the creative one with the glasses. Note I had to give the glasses a shot. And so this one is more so, because all of these are actually my original artwork. The artwork is my design and the clothing is my design. And the great thing about the clothing is I use recycled fabric. A lot of fabrics, a lot of places throw away their fabric headers and all that stuff. And I was like, don't do that. Give them to me. So it enabled me to go to places where I can use, fabric and not be in landfill somewhere, but we use it on clothing. So so she's more of the empowerment, the artsy craftsy kind of.
Well, I just want to point out, just real quick, if we can bring this back here, is that, guys, this isn't just something that's printed on.
No.
This is 3D. So you can actually feel the texture. On the other one, you could feel the glitters on there too and stuff. So tell us about that, because it's very unique. Not a lot of people do that.
Well, when I started doing them, I love, I liked the whole T-shirt idea, but like, I was getting ready to pull her too.
There you go.
But like, I wanted to do something where you could actually, remember when we were little and we used to have the whole, like I said, the Barbie dolls and playing with changing her outfit. I wanted the outfit to feel like, be something you could feel and touch.
Wow.
And be like, wow, like what is that on the shirt? And they're actually conversation starters because I wanted it to feel like, okay, this is something that is an element where you can really feel like, I can be creative and uniquely me. Like it makes me stand out. I'm set apart.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to feel like that and have that kind of empowerment. Like the person wearing this, she's not scared about like, this is me. I'm different and I love what I like. So I started doing that like on all of them.
Wow.
Oh wow! Look at
Like
this one.
that's my Afro Puff girl, and I love her. and I was mixing not only the shade, not only but your hair, what your hair might be like, the whole outfit. Because like we said before, the confidence is in all of you. So I wanted the feel of not just something printed, but something that touch, feel, see, the senses.
Yeah.
Let me grab it.
And
There you go. Yeah.
and then she was perfect because it was like, okay, natural hair, braids, straight hair, curly hair, whatever it may be, like, but you feel the textures of those fabrics. And that's what design is too. So I wanted them to feel like this is like something I would design. So that's another reason for the 3D textural because it puts you more in the mix of it. And even just like intricate, if I can keep them straight.
Beautiful.
Just like intricate things like, wanted to show like this one, like she has like the whole leopard feel.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times I'll take it to like what's going on right now. If there's neon going on right now, if there's leopard going out right now, and then you transform it into a design. And then sometimes we're not confident in what we're wearing. Sometimes like I used to say these are my inner me. Because I can't wear a ball gown every day, but when I put her on, that couture ball gown that I want to wear, I can wear it in my shirt.
I love that. That is so true because you can see her, you can feel her, and you're like, okay, I can live through her even if I don't have it on right now.
There you go.
I got my jeans on.
This was a way to do that and let you feel what you want to feel every day and how you want to feel every day. But it's on my T-shirt, so guess what? I can wear that to work.
I love it.
Oh, I can wear that to school. Oh, I can wear that to my sister's wedding and then put this skirt on with,
It's perfect.
Come on.
So,
Now, how do we get from, okay, I have an idea to this T-shirt? So are you drawing it out? Then are you going and picking the fabrics and testing and seeing? Tell us about the process.
Well, so the process is because, and by the way, these are literally, you can put these in the wash machine on delicate.
Really?
Hang them up to dry. Done.
Wow.
I tested, everything I make, I test, but that's what happened. From the pandemic, I was actually drawing and painting them on. And then I was like, there's got to be other processes to this, to make this so that it's easier for me to do, but I can do more. Because the whole painting process took a while, and then, you have to do different techniques to keep it on there, and it doesn't last as long. So I went from that to, I drew the images, and then I started learning about heat transfers and how I could put it on the shirts. And then after that, I would get fabrics because I had all these fabrics. I would lay them out and be like, okay, this is a good one. Okay, this is a good outfit. Okay, I like this. Okay, and start experimenting and placing them on different things. And he would just be like, I could see it before I do it. So I was like, okay, let's do this one.
All right, here we go. Oh my gosh,
Unbelievable.
incredible. I love those designs.
These are so
I want to wear
great.
that one. That looks so
Well,
fun.
you know what?
Yeah.
Take it and wear it.
Wow.
I think it's beautiful. Now, do you ever create, so you're creating kind of miniatures, right?
Yes.
On these shirts.
Yes.
Do you ever take these miniatures and then bring them to life and actually fit it on a real life person? Or?
I haven't,
Okay.
but I've had a lot of people ask me about doing that.
Because I'm like, that looks great.
It was like, a lot of times I'll do like some ball gowns or something like that. And people are like, well, can you make what's on the shirt? And I'm like, well, we could. It's going to take a little bit more time, but we can. But no, I haven't yet, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Hey, anything is possible,
Anything is
right?
possible. So.
Oh, what a
great.
beautiful collection.
I love these.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It kind of brings you. This is almost like a full circle process into you seeing the sketches, and then the sketches the sketches are there first, and then the fabric gets overlaid. So it's like a walking representation of a bit of a full circle process of the design and the styling.
And you know what? Because it was art therapy, it's cool because, like I said, I was able to do workshops and other things with people and see how people relate to them. Because you know what, when you're doing something like I did like market research tests when I was doing them, and one of my, I call her like my little daughter, she was in college. So I said, I want to see if college kids would like something like this. And I sent it to her, and they got to fight. They were fighting over the figures and the clothes, and they were like, but that's mine. She looks like me. And so it made me know that, you know, it's that inner part in us that, we are creative.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a way to be creative.
I love it. It is so unique. It is just so perfectly you. And guys, it's not just on t-shirts. So Z, let's get into your favorite part right now.
Oh.
We're talking about chocolate. We're going to be talking about the candy. And that's what we actually have laid out right here. So tell us about this, because you're now taking those designs from the t-shirts, you're putting them as wrappers for candy bars. I've never heard of something like this, and that's what I love. Tell us about it.
I say this is my God idea, because I literally, again, was doing this for my friends. I was like, okay, it's a cute birthday gift. This is a cute birthday gift. This is a cute, you know, just like if somebody's doing a little event, I'll do something like this. And I really didn't think about it other than that until somebody was like, no, I'm having this event, and like, could you do this for this group or that group? And I was very blessed that the Crown Act, I just did one for them, for Dove, for like hair care. And I was able to do a bunch of them and represent different types of hair and things of that nature. But yeah, I started those drawings that I did, and with the same recycled fabrics and stuff, and put the artwork on the outside, and then, but in the inside, it's your treat. So it's milk chocolate candy bar.
Oh,
On
yeah.
the inside. So you can literally open the back, and you can still have this as a keepsake. So it's giving somebody two treats in one, and it's art and food together.
Wow.
So it's artwork and candy, and yes.
All
This is
merge into one.
And everybody
cool.
loves chocolate. So,
Yeah.
So I was like, what's something you can do? And I've had people that like use them for Christmas tree ornaments. I've had people that use them for the person that has everything. You don't have this, and it looks like them.
Yeah.
And I know we talked a lot about women, but if you reach over there, I have some for guys. I didn't forget the guys either.
There you go, Z.
But yeah, just a way to incorporate art and food and fashion and the whole, bringing the whole thing together. And again, still bringing encouragement, empowerment, because when people get these, I have people sending me pictures. They're on their wall, their daughter's wall. They're on their tree, and they've kept it for the whole year. I'm like, don't eat that candy after a year. But, but they keep them as ornaments and keepsakes. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's so unique. Look at that, those fits there.
These are amazing. The detail, and you know, you follow it through. This is almost like your calling card, like your stamp. So anytime I see something like this, this is the only time I've seen something like this. You know, so it has so much identity and pizzazz, and this is incredible.
And then you also are able to custom them, right?
Yes.
For if a company or a business reaches out to you, tell us about that.
So as you can see with the packaging, like if a customer says to me, or like if we say, oh, we need some for AM New York.
Yeah.
So then I end up putting your logo and customizing it on the candy bar. So that way, or a personal note, maybe it's just happy birthday or happy Mother's Day. I customize that on the bar so that you see it on the artwork, and then you still have the chocolate, the artwork, but it has a same or a logo or company logo.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is, it's so incredible. Like I said, unique is the one word I could use to describe all of this, because it's so I haven't seen something like this before, and there is such messaging behind all these designs. So what does it feel like when you hear feedback that's like, hey, I was impacted when I saw this design of yours, or this made me feel a certain way, or my daughter's hanging this on her wall and now she's inspired to go and create her own fashion. What does that feel like for you as a designer?
It's even hard to explain what that feels like, because to me, that's what this is all about for me. And so it's incredible. Like, it makes it worthwhile to get up and do it each and every day.
Yeah.
It's beyond what you're getting. It's beyond what you're doing. It's like, and it makes me have a drive and a passion to do it more. Like, I'm like, I want to do this more. Because I had one before, and two little girls I think it was like 7 or 6, and their mom said they were just starting, and they just couldn't leave the table. They were like, no, but look at that one, but look at this one. And it empowered me so much, because a lot of times, you know, we have a ton of negative out there. Let's bring the positive. Let's bring the positive in,
sure.
you know?
Yeah.
So this is my positive. This is my, like, happy place.
This is incredible.
100%.
And also, I wanted to ask, so I see this passion and styling. You are in so many different facets and elements within the realm. Do you do jewelry as well?
Yeah.
So these pieces, can you tell us about these pieces that we have here?
So I do only one of a kind, because it's just, I don't know, you know, I like to be unique. So.
Yeah, there it is.
But I take different facets or elements that I see, and like these agate stones, or maybe flowers, or different pieces that I pull together, and then I just bring them together into pieces and like put them all together into one. So like I love this agate stone, but when I saw this wiring and this technique, I was like, oh, maybe mixing this and this. Again, mixing worlds.
Yeah.
Mixing worlds. So agate stones with like marble and gold, like faux gold, and you know, just making like the doorknob effect. I was like, oh, a necklace like that could be kind of cool and just different. And so just adding little different sparks to you know, and recycling and upcycling pieces that I may see that I was like, maybe we need to change this or pull this out, or
I love the color combinations that you're using between each individual piece. You know, I feel like just the jewelry alone, like if I saw this as far as color combinations used in a total fit, they work perfectly. They work perfectly, and so I really love how you utilize just natural stones and the different flowers to pull everything all together.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
so great. So where do you feel like you pull your inspiration from the most? Or does it just hit you when you're just walking down the street?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, a lot of times, most of the time, that's what it is.
Really?
Like certain things I'll see, or when I'm walking, or somebody else, or like we've talked today, and now like if I'm going home, like, oh, wait a minute, that looks like maybe I need to, and it'll just start coming to me, and like, and certain times it's like maybe something I've read or seen, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, that's inspiring, or just a spark of something, maybe a color I've seen, like, oh, this pink coming up from the lighting down here, like, oh, maybe a whole pink vibe.
Okay.
And it just depends. Sometimes like it's like a rose or a flower or something. I'm like, oh, that's kind of, and a lot of times with me, like I'm one of those seers, like God lets me see something. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is a good idea. Like let me, and I just start doing it. Like I start creating, and it may not, like, and don't feel bad if something doesn't come out right the first time, because a lot of things have been trial and error. Like I'll try something, I'm like, oh, I thought that would work, but then I'm like, oh, but this works. Like look at what came out of that. So a lot of times we're so hard on ourselves to be like, oh, this has to be perfect the first time. No. Give yourself that grace. Like try it again.
I love that.
Again.
Wow.
Great advice.
Yes. You know, one of the things I love about what you do is, again, going back to the designs, that you don't waste anything. And I think everything is just full circle about what we spoke about, your testimony. God wastes nothing.
Nothing.
You know? And so you are right there. You are following right in with waste nothing. You don't waste fabrics. And I think it is incredible. Now, in addition to using fabrics to make these in your designs, do you make full full all-out designs, like full, whether it's dresses or pieces using the recycled fabric?
Well, a lot of times it's from fabric agents, because the company purchases fabric.
Got it.
So that way I would get whatever we have left over, I can kind of use from there. Sometimes I use original things, like if I see something and I just like, okay, I gotta have that.
You gotta have that one. Yes.
This is just like amazing. But a lot of times, like you know, like if you, I think on one of the, like, see that skirt? That's these paillettes.
Nice.
From the jacket.
Okay.
So
This one right here?
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of that is a lot of times from something we've done, and it's like, oh, we have that left over. Let's make a skirt out of that. Let's make a shirt out of that.
There you go.
So yeah.
Yeah. You find different ways to make it fun. We love it so much. And we just want to thank you so much for coming and joining us today. Now, my final question for you is, what's next? What do you hope to check off your box in the next few years that would be like, oh, okay, I'm doing it?
There's A lot of things.
Yeah.
People are like, do you sleep? I'm like, yeah, I do sometimes, but come on, you gotta live. So I'm hoping to continue in what I'm doing and branch out to doing this for like, companies like the LVMHs. I'm looking to take this maybe into a bag.
Hey.
And like you be able to change your own designs. I actually started a while ago, but I haven't completed yet, but like a toy even to like, I don't want to say toy, but like a kit where you can do your own. I want to continue with the whole writing aspect too, and I actually have started doing some work with that too. So it's quite a few things. It's not gonna stop.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Wait, just real quick, tell us about the kit idea. That is so fascinating.
It's called You Styled It on my website, but I haven't fully fleshed out everything yet. And so in the kit, you would be able to actually take elements and do your own, design your own shirt. Or for kids, they would be able to design their own shirt. And I'm trying to figure out a way to, so chocolate companies hear me, so figure out a way that people could do it even with the candy bars.
Wow.
Okay, so if someone like me who I'm not really talented in the sewing or the drawing department, I'm very interested in kits.
Why the kit.
That's what I'm saying.
The kit, because you have your own form of creativity, and a lot of people are surprised how creative you actually are. Sometimes you just need the elements. So in my kit would be all the elements for you to do this and the instructions on how to do it. And once you figure out like, oh, wait a minute, I got a little creativity. And you can pick and choose from different things. Like it would be more, so that it's not so intense, it would be elements in there where you can put stuff together and it's a little easier than you just having to like, oh, I got to cut all this and I don't know. No. We're not going to intimidate you like that. We're going to make it so that it's fun. So doing those types of projects, that's what I want to do.
What you want to do. Well, I think you can accomplish anything. I really can.
Yes. Oh, Sheila, you have been not only such an inspiration, but your designs. See, now I'm gonna start getting my fits together. You have inspired me in so many different ways. And sharing your story, hearing how you started all the way through the FIT, the things that you have overcome, and the fact that you are still continuing to be just such a light and a reflection, not only of God's presence, but of creativity, of just empowerment. We thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I must say, Z, I think you would look fantastic in a fit like this.
Yeah,
does this match him?
I do. I think that would match him. I think so. I think that whole vibe would be really good on him.
I think that's the thing too.
And look, you're getting your creative one, right?
There we go. Hey, let's go.
See, you're my inspiration now to keep it going, not give up. So those art teachers that failed me in art class, Sheila passed me.
She's got it.
Right? She passed. And is that something you want to add to your list, teaching at all? Do you want to ever go back and do that?
I actually did do workshops with kids, and I love working with kids. So I would definitely like to do something like that.
Yeah, because I think you'd be fantastic teacher. Exactly. Give back, do all of it. And guys, oh my goodness, we're just so happy that you were able to join us today so you could hear Sheila just give us inspiration, motivation, a lot of love. And we just wanted to thank all of you guys for watching us today, for hanging out with us today. Sheila, you're closing the show out with us. So do you have any final messages to the audience?
Look, hey, be blessed, never give up, and go create.
Yes, go create. And if you guys are interested in purchasing the chocolates or any of these amazing designs, we have Sheila's website linked right below. Make sure you guys come tomorrow morning for a brand new episode. We're gonna have a lot of fun on Friday, so you're not gonna want to miss it. We'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Later.